Hi everyone! Today I will show you how to make a Mirabelle homemade alcohol, Mirabelkówka. I will start with a short video when me and my family gather Mirabelle plums from wild trees. Then I will walk you through whole process of preparing ingredients, time each step takes, filtration process, this kind of stuff. Right at the end you will have these great looking bottles of finished product. Let's try it now and then get to work. Delicious.
We are back at home. We gather a lot of Mirabelles. Now is the time to prepare all the collected fruits. I have to wash them thoroughly and sort a bit. Look, what a mountain of Mirabelle plums. I have a lot of work ahead of me. The first step will be to get rid of the seeds. I expect a long and tedious afternoon full of cutting, but the effect will be worth it. The pulp and peels go to the jar and the seeds to the trash. A small sharp knife turned to be the best for the job. One jar ready, half behind me. It's almost over. There is the last handful of fruits left. I managed to prepare 2 full large jars of cut Mirabelles. The liquid you can see in the jars is fruit juice. I haven't put anything inside yet apart from Mirabelle plums. I have prepared 1 liter of water and 1 liter of spirit, 95% of power. First, I pour water inside the jar, then stir, and when this is done, then I put pure alcohol inside. Stir, and this jar is ready. I will repeat this process now on the second jar. Both jars are ready and I will let them sit like that for 4 months. Jars will be stored in a dark, dry place. I mix the entire mixture from the time to time, around 1-2 times a month. Welcome back! 4 months passed and I already started the first filtration, but let me start from the beginning. Using a funnel and a strainer, I pour off the liquid accumulated on the top. This will make it easier for me to take care of the fruits. Bottles full of liquids will be used in the next step, and now let's deal with the Mirabelles. I need a bowl and a colander. I pour the entire contents of the jar into a colander. I help myself and crush the fruits a little to extract the juice better. Now I will put the prepared fruit back into the jar. They will be sprinkled with sugar to extract as much liquid as possible from them. Every time I put a large handful of fruit back into the jar, I sprinkle it generously with sugar and mix it. Don't skimp on sugar. Use a lot. Finally, when the jar is full, I mix the entire contents again. I pour all the liquid that flowed through the colander and escaped from the Mirabelles into the bottles. A jar full of sugar and Mirabelle's plums will now wait for me for 2 full days. In the meantime, I will take care of the honey. I pour a glass of water into a small pot and heat it up to about 60 degrees Celsius. Then I add about 5 large spoons of honey. I heat the whole thing so that the honey melts. Be sure that it does not boil. I stir it at all times. When it's ready, I pour it into a separate bottle and wait until it cools down. I crush the fruits and try to extract as much juice as possible. I put all the fruit's pulp back into the jar and sprinkle it with sugar again. You can skip this step, but I always manage to get even more liquid if I repeat the sugar process again. I would like to use this moment to remind you about likes, subs, comments and all this business. It actually makes a difference and motivates me to grow a channel. I pour the extracted liquid into a bottle. As a result of all our activities, I now have 3 types of liquid in bottles. Number 1. Liquid created by maceration of Mirabelle plums in spirit. Number 2. Liquid created by dissolving sugar and extracting the juice from the fruit. And number 3. Dissolve honey with water. What I'm going to do now is simply mix all these bottles together. After all filtration, adding sugar twice and mixing all the bottles, I came up with these two jars. I leave the jars like this for a week so that the sediment settles on the bottom. The boundaries of the filtered liquid and sediment are clearly visible. I want to use the rubber tube filtration method. For more details about filtration, I encourage you to watch the video about it. See the link above and in the description. New empty jar is placed below the one with liquid. I use suction on tube and leave the tube inside the jar. Liquid will slowly move to the new container without interrupting all the mess on the bottom. Wider the tube, faster the liquid will travel. Look how nice it's going! The remaining part in the jar I will filter later, using strainer and coffee filters. Now I have a full jar of filtered liquid and the rest from both jars. I will now pour these leftovers into bottles and filter them. I have 3 bottles to filter. First, I will give them a day or two that sediment will settle on the bottom. That will speed up the process. Using a funnel and coffee filters, I quickly filter the top parts of the bottles. After taking care of the upper part of the bottles, I pour the remaining liquid back into the bottles and wait a day for the sediment to settle. It's easier to wait a day than to fight to filter this by coffee filter. Meantime, I will also deal with the filtered liquid I left in the jar and filter it through the coffee filters. Thanks to this, I slowly obtain bottles of fully ready homemade alcohol, Nalewka. I already have 6 bottles ready and more are being made. Last 2 and that's it. Look how great they look. Last part, labels. I put my labels, with new pattern, on beautiful, ready-made bottles. I'm going to make a video about labeling itself. Expect it soon. It's over. 9 beautiful looking and delicious Mirabelle homemade alcohol are ready. Thank you for watching, see you next time and remember to check out the short version on the bottom right corner.